It seems strange to be talking about Larry Gebert for several reasons, but mostly because, well, nobody liked to talk about Larry more than Larry, and we're all so used to him doing that. And nobody knew that more than Larry himself. He perhaps knew himself better and was more comfortable with who he was than most people you'd probably ever meet. Larry passed away Friday afternoon after complications from a massive heart attack he suffered on Wednesday. When we first heard about it, I'll admit, there wasn't anyone in this building that didn't think Larry would be back for the morning show on Monday, and he'd be ready with a great story about it. But instead, we've had to come to terms with the fact he won't be. The last few days have been filled with stories and memories of the man many consider the face of Treasure Valley television. He left us so much to remember. Sure, there's the superficial stuff, his mustache, of course, his comb over, his Dockers. I mean, who else would have a webpage dedicated to how many days in a row you wore pleated khakis? And this was before social media. Remember the Neurolux Dockers Tracker 7000? A lot of us out there do. There were a lot of things like that, where Larry Gebert was just so much a part of our lives, people couldn't help but show him how much.
Do you know who I am?
When the movie Anchorman came out in 2004, you weren't alone when you thought, well, that's obviously Larry Gebert.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Really?
People know me.
Yeah, lots of people knew Larry, either from his morning show antics.
I've always wanted to do this on camera, so.
Oh my gosh.
See?
That's lovely.
Larry with his pants down.
To another kind of streaking, his consecutive weeks on water skis. 995 weeks in a row, long enough to fill 18 years. Over that same stretch, Larry had a lot of people honor him in some rather off-the-green-wall ways. Remember Flat Larry? Oh, the places he would go, packed and transported from burger joints to the Big Island.
Can you tell which is the real one?
Then there were those three-dimensional ones, too.
The height might give it away.
Like the time Mountain View High School junior Mallory Cowell came up with the perfect Halloween costume.
You did a great job with that. That looks good.
That was really good, Jeff. Did you style that yourself?
I just got it at Savers, and I just used a lot of hairspray.
Yeah, so do I.
Hairspray helps.
Or when Scott Burney tattooed Larry to his upper leg.
I would agree that I'm not a celebrity on the same level as Johnny Cash or Marilyn Monroe or anything along those lines.
That's up for debate from some people.
For some people, yeah, that's exactly right. And I said, and most people out there would feel the same way. I said, but to you, it was something you wanted to do. And your explanation was great because you're an Idaho native.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so born and raised, you just wanted something that spoke to you about Idaho.
That represented the gem state, and I couldn't think of anything better.
It was truly a one-of-a-kind commemoration.
And has there been a big demand for this tattoo now that you've created it on Scott?
Oh, you would think that I would do more Larry tattoos, but
has there been anybody at all who's asked for it besides Scott? Yeah, that's what I thought. I did want to say thank you too for actually adding more hair than what I really have.
There was the action figure and a figure with a little less action. Last month, morning show viewer Blue sent this in. He had just retired and had taken up carving, and Larry was his first celebrity attempt. Larry, of course, was honored. Because, yeah, come to think of it, Larry was kind of a big deal. Larry went from a consecutive weekly streak, which ended in 2018 on skis, to a consecutive monthly streak, which ended in January of this year. 21 years it lasted. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. A late addition to the Larry Gebert legend. How many of us can claim to have our tribute paid by a puppet?
And of course, we're being joined by the one and only Gary Levert, broadcaster extraordinary. Now, Gary, I'm guessing you're an extraordinary broadcaster because you have a mustache?
Exactly. And actually, in journalism school, that's what they taught us. Never leave home without an extra mustache, because you never know when you're going to need one.
Man, I left home today without my extra mustache, and I apologize. Well, Larry's impact on viewers was one thing, but getting a forecast where your weekend was always in view paled in comparison to the impact Larry had on nonprofits in Idaho. There won't be a St. Alphonsus Festival of Trees, a Spirit of Boise Balloon Classic, a United Way Flapjack Feed, a Snake River Stampede Buckaroo Breakfast to benefit 4-H, a Boys and Girls Club Great Dolphin Dunk, a Neighbor Works Paint the Town, a Boise Rescue Mission Thanksgiving banquet, a Salvation Army Stuff the Bus toy drive, or a Make-A-Wish polar bear plunge that will ever be the same without Larry Gebert. And that legacy will outlast any tattoo.
Larry was your friend. He didn't just show up and promote your event, your nonprofit. He really cared about you. I was thinking about all the Thanksgivings, the banquets we do in Boise when the Broncos come and Mark comes and plays his guitar. Larry showed up for all of those. And in between the airtime, he was mingling with the people. And, you know, for our people, the guests of the mission, to get to talk to a celebrity like one of you guys that they see on TV, I mean, they really look up and think, wow, that guy's something, you know. And Larry would sit down and have a piece of cake or pie and talk with people, and they would swarm around him and just loved every minute of it, you know, that he was there and he cared about them. And he really did. He cared about people. What a great guy. I can't believe he's gone. I just can't believe it.